Okay. We are back.
The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
These windows were perfectly cleaned.
Now, if she was in a lab when all of this happened, I probably should have took notes. I feel kind of dumb that I didn't.
Before starting, the power is on. The engine cannot be stopped. The engine has started. The ventilation system is working.
I could have made this a much quicker way to go. Let's make things.
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space.
Thank you for telling me that. Let's go back.
Excellent. This ventilation fan is working. Let us see if I can activate the other one.
Use our Holmesy powers.
Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson to check the result.
Are we jump skipping? I hope we are.
It works perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out. By activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
Interessant. Okay. There's his opportunity. Now everyone else has opportunity. He's just a dumbass. She has knowledge. Okay. Oh. Think we have one again. No. Will I ever learn the controls? did I have to do? Okay. Let's go back to the Divine Syndicate. Get some answers. Because I feel like the only motive that White has is the fact that she owed him money. She was about ready to lose her job, but that's it. Let's go talk to head chief.
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Shut up.
Do you?
None. Not worthy there.
Nevertheless, we have seen Kew Gardens flower pots in your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What? Our sacred place you permitted yourself to search. Sacrilege.
Oh, really now? There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens a matter of days ago, and we believe the pots we found here may be connected with it. Please tell us, were you involved?
No. Those plants were ours. They had stolen them from us.
How so?
Their director, Dump, I believe.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said. He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the exhibition at his green fly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses and imbecility. So we went in and saved them.
I see. So, if you stole those rare plants from them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the case is solved.
No, we did not steal. We saved. Well, as a matter of fact, we were unable to find our 3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
Okay. I don't think they were involved. But what if I select the sect was involved? Wait. Okay. Before I
Let's go to Scotland Yard.
I just want to put that there. What does this have anything to do? Why does this one feel too easy? Like the rest of them were all like, oh, you don't know what happened, but this one very much is like, what am I thinking? Like it's like, oh, it's so blatantly him. It's like, dude,
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send the lads around to arrest him.
Very good. I shall wait to hear from you.
I'm so confused. Because that's the thing. Everything else in this whole thing, like this just counteracted the opportunity. But there's no other opportunity. This feels weird. I'm so confused. Like, all of the other ones gave us possible choices, but this one I feel like didn't. It's like from the get-go. I feel like this has to lead to something else. I don't know.
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry.
Did he hang himself? He hung himself, didn't he? Or did someone else kill him? Yep.
Holmes, my God!
Yes, we found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
What if he didn't hang himself? Life has become a living hell. I find it unbearable. Dunn deserved to die, but I cannot forgive myself for having his blood upon his hands. We Hamishes seem to have always fallen victim to our circumstances, and I find myself to be no exception.
The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
Where are his glasses, though?
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case.
This one wrapped. He didn't act alone! Dude, I knew it. I knew it.
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr.
But it
Holmes.
occurred to me.
I have another
Strong.
idea, Inspector.
Shove it!
Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to
Oh my
rebuild the
gosh.
events as they took place that day.
Damn
With
it.
a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let's go to the map. We're gonna finish this
Let
one.
us analyze the facts and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
Okay, this is so helpful. Okay. So, Albert met Montague Dunn 9:30. So, 20 to 10. Oh, okay. $10.30. It's poisoned. Let's screw this, we're skipping it.
Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
Hold on. We don't get to see the fucking Okay. Albert was alone in the seed house after Montague had entered the glass house. That makes sense. She was in the lab. Wait, where was he? Cause the lab. Hold on. Okay. She was in a lab. He was in the seed room, I think. I think it's Albert. I could be wrong. No! I don't know if I picked right. I feel like I'm not. I don't think I did. I don't think I picked. Hold on. Seed house is in the back. Maybe it was. What if it was both of them? I don't know. I did say it might be Albert from the beginning.
What happened, Inspector?
It's all over now, lad. There is no use denying it. We know that you murdered your father. Patricide by plant poisoning. Very alliterative.
What? You're mad. I didn't do it.
Yeah,
I didn't know
Hamish!
anything about botany. No!
I made the wrong decision, didn't I? Yeah. I'm gonna accept my fate there. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.